Hi, I'm Shery French. I have degrees in nursing and counseling psychology, and I'm licensed as an associate psychologist in the state of Texas. I've been doing marriage and family work for 19 years, have lots of extra training, and before that I taught psychiatric nursing. And they're just essential. They can make a big difference in our health and our longevity. Good relationships, whether it be with a spouse, friends, family, for some people pets even, increase our immune systems. We're less likely to get sick, and research says married couples who are happily married anyway live an average of 4 years longer than other people. I think the number one cause, and this is really a complicated answer or a complicated question, I guess, but I think the big cause that covers a lot of territory is just not making the relationship the number one priority in your life. We give time and energy to friends, family, work, and especially to kids. And people look at me like, oh, well, our kids should come first. But not really. I think the most important way to be a good parent is to be a good spouse and provide a secure and happy home. And you do that by making your spouse first. Absolutely. There's an old myth that you can't change other people. Well, actually you can. The first thing you want to do, the quickest way to jumpstart a relationship, is to start giving compliments. Increase your positives. And a lot of people say, I don't feel like it, I'm mad, or he's being a jerk, or she's being a nag. The important part to this is do it anyway. Try it. Somebody has to start, and it might as well be you. It might be you who tips over that domino. Now, I'm not saying you should be the one to change and do all the work forever, but don't stop too soon. Give it a try. Happy couples do have conflict, like everyone. That's how you tweak relationships. But they do it differently. They do it overall softer. They listen better, and they not only listen, but they do what their partner wants, at least part of it. They also, it's very important that they repair hurt feelings very quickly. Well, again, the research of 40 years says, one man writes about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. These are the big things to watch for. And 3 of them happen in all relationships. One is criticism, and women do about 80% of the criticizing in a relationship. Yeah, sorry. 2 is defensiveness, and when we feel attacked, our fallback, our default behavior is defensiveness. That just is sort of natural. And the way you cure that is you just learn to calm yourself and use your thinking brain instead of your lizard immediate reaction brain, and take responsibility, at least partly, for the situation. The 3rd one is contempt. Happy couples never show this. And contempt is putting someone down, calling them names, acting like they're better than they are, and that's a no-no. That's a real danger sign. And the 4th one is stonewalling, and men tend to do more of this. It's self-protective to them because they tend to be more physiologically aroused than women do. So their blood pressure goes up when they're in conflict, and it's just a very uncomfortable thing for them. And so they check out. They either leave physically or emotionally, and they just refuse to interact. Yes, the researchers can tell with about 94% accuracy within a few minutes of being with a couple whether they will divorce within 4 years. And they do this mostly, I think about 80% of the variability is accounted for by how they tell the story of their courtship and marriage, strangely enough. And second, how they handle conflict, how well they repair the damage, and how well they listen to each other. The big advice just overall I have for anyone, or anyone who's dating, is learn some relationship skills. You know, we all know algebra, we know history, we know all these things, we prepare for almost everything, but we don't prepare for what most people call the most important thing in their life, and that's their close relationships. We don't know how to, unless we come from very happily married parents, we don't know how to say things, to comfort each other. We don't know how to express emotion. We don't know how to negotiate and repair hurt feelings. Read some books. The other thing I would suggest is choose a partner with whom you can talk. Life is mostly just a bunch of little conversations. And all the other stuff is really nice, but it doesn't take up much time in the day. So get somebody you can talk with. My third piece of advice is just listen to each other and do some of the things your partner wants. Sometimes churches will offer workshops. If you need more help, the ASU Counseling Center is free to students. And sometimes, like I said, churches may offer workshops. Some ministers have good training. And sometimes counselors will offer student discounts. I do a very inexpensive class every other week in the evenings on relationship skills. As far as gifts go, I think it's important to give something that the other person wants to be given. I know a man who sent his wife flowers, and every time she wouldn't tell him, but she would tell me, you know, oh my gosh, I'd rather go out to dinner and a movie. Tell him, you know, don't be shy. Don't tell him as you're standing there holding the flowers, of course, but it's okay to tell people ahead of time. And for some people, in fact, I think most, and some of the research that's out now on happiness, says experiences are more important than stuff. So find out what your partner wants first, or what they would appreciate the most.